like this, which you can see it over here. Now there is a concept which I want to explain now, that is the range of I and J. Whenever you are dealing with symbols or you are printing symbols, value of I and J doesn't matter. That here if you are starting I with 1 or 0 and going to and, so here value of I is ranging from 1 to 4 and value of J is ranging from 1 to 4, right? So this is the case. But you know, it is not possible in mathematics, but whenever you are dealing with computer system, you can also start Jth value with 4, 3, 2, 1 or I's value with say 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. So whenever you are dealing with symbols, it is you know worthless to decide what the value of I and J is. But if you are printing something, like suppose you are printing a pattern like this, so you know that you are printing the value of I, you are printing the value of row over here. So at that time you can say that here value of I should range from 3 to 1 only, then only I will get this kind of pattern. And here value of J doesn't matter because I am not printing value of J. So either J can be from 1 to 4 or 4 to 1, right? So that is your choice. This is one important concept. So you can perform this practical as a homework program. We have not covered this kind of pattern yet, but you can perform this practical as homework program, right? So now in today's class we are going to start with another kind of quarter. So we have already seen so many examples which covers this quarter. Now I will show you that which kind of quarter we are going to cover. So suppose I want to cover something like this. So let me change the pattern. Right. So suppose I want to print a quarter like this. What will be the code for that? So let us first understand the code and then we will proceed to the programming. And then we will see other variants of this pattern. So now here you can see that here this is running for 4 times. This is running for 3 times. This is 2 times and this is 1 time. I am just checking that how many times loops are running in order to print this star, right? So I can say that if I start I with 4, suppose I am starting the range of I with 4. So how can I write this code? 4 I equal to 4, I greater than 0, I plus plus, and here it will be printf slash n, because every new value of I, or you can say every new row, you are going to this next line, right? So here this will be the code. Now inside this there will be a loop, because I know that whenever I am dealing with 2-dimensional arrays, it will be 2 loops or nested loops, but I don't know what the value of I is. Now let us what the value of J is. Now let us check. I will be ranging from 4 to 1. So for I equal to 4, we are running loop for 4 times. Printf loop, right? So J will be starting with 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can say this, right? So J will be starting from 1 to 4. Now when I is decremented to 3, the printf is running for 3 times. We know that from this pattern, right? So now here you can say that J is equal to 1, J is equal to 2 and J is equal to 3 only. Similarly for I equal to 2 and I equal to 1. So what can I guess? That for I equal to 4, J is running from 1 to 4, I equal to 3, J is running from 1 to 3 So now I can say that value of j runs from 1 to value of I. So how can I display this? J equal to 1, j is less than or equal to I, and j plus plus. Here it will be I minus minus, right? So now inside this I am going to print the star. So how can I write? Star and space. Now this logic seems correct to me, so let me open my IDE and we will check if I have implemented correct logic or not. So for that I am writing include stdio dot h. Here inside that I am writing int main. Inside this I am writing return 0. Here I am taking int I and j. Also I am going to write a loop for I equal to 4, I is greater than 0, I minus minus. This is one loop. After here I will write printf slash n, right? So for every change in I am going to go to new line. Here I will write another loop. J is starting with 1, j is less than or equal to I, j plus plus, right? And here I am going to printf the star. So here star can be printed, or you can take any symbol for that. Let me save this program, compile it and run it. You can see the desired pattern is printed. Now let us see the variants. Instead of this, what if you write the %d and value of I? Let me save this program, compile it and run it. You can see 444333221. This kind of pattern can be printed in this kind of quarter. Now what if I am printing value of j over here? So what if I am printing value of j? So you can see 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, 1 2 1. This kind of pattern is printed. So based on the pattern I want, I can print any pattern, right? So this is one pattern that I am going to cover in today's class. Now let me show you another pattern for this. So let me erase everything first and then I will show you. So let me erase everything. Now I will show you that what is the other pattern. Suppose I want to print a pattern like 5 4 3 2 1, 5 4 3 2, 5 4 3, 5 4 and 5. I want to print a pattern like this. So to understand the range of I and j, you have to observe the pattern. Now if I observe, I can say that here I am printing the value of j, right? I am printing the value of j, but j is starting with 4, 5, 3, 2 and 1, right? So j is starting for 4, 5, 3, 2, 1 and i's value doesn't matter, so I can be started with anything. But the value of I should be in such a way that we are getting this kind of shape, right? We are getting this kind of shape. So how can I get this kind of shape? So let me just give one hint that whenever you are dealing with the quarters, one of the loops, especially the inner loop, will contain, range from 1 to I or I to 1 or something like that, right? So you are not going to go till n in case of the inner loop. And here every loop will be opposite, so I will be starting from 1 2 3 up to 5. Now let us just check, right? So I'm not deciding this right now. I am just writing my code. So I am saying that for I, if I am starting I with 1, for I equal to 1, this loop is running for 5 times and j's value will be 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. For I equal to 2, the loop is running for 4 times and jth value will be 5, 4, 3, 2. For I equal to 3, this loop is running for 3 times and jth value will be 5, 4, 3. So now you can observe that jth loop is running from 5 to I, right? And i's will be value of I will be starting with 1, 2 up to some number of rows, right? So now based on this I can write a code. So let me just erase everything. And now I will show you that how this pattern works. So let me write a code for that. So first I know that I is starting with 1 up to I is going till less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Right. Here after this I am going to write printf slash and here the loop ends. Okay, so this loop ends over here, so this should be erased. Right. Now after this, inside this you are writing another for loop. You are writing another for loop for j is starting with 5. How can we decide? We can decide based on this. So j is starting with 5 every time because 5 is constant over here. But these values are varying and varying based on the value of I. So I am writing j starting with 5. J is greater than or equal to I. J minus minus. I don't know whether my code will work or not, but I am just checking, right? So here percentage d and I am printing the value of j. Now let us check. First for value of I, where i's value is 1, j's value will be 5 and it will print 5. Then j become 4, it will print 4, right? Because 4 is greater than or equal to 1. Then j become 3, it will print 2, 1. It will go then the next line and here it will be 5, 4, 3, 2. So now let us check, right? So how can I check? I can check this code in my IDE. So let me open my IDE. Here let me erase this thing. So let me erase this extra term and here I can write for I equal to starting with 1, I is less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Here after this I am writing 4, j is starting with 5, j is greater than or equal to I and j minus minus. Right now I don't know if my code is correct or not, but I am printing the value of j. So here we are printing the value of j and here printf slash n, right? Let me save this program, compile it and check it if we are getting the correct output or not. You can see we are getting correct result, right? So this is how you can write a program. Now in the previous video, whatever logic we have implemented, that for even number of rows I was printing zeros and for odd number of rows I was printing 1, or like for even number of zeros I was even number of rows I was printing hash. That kind of logic can also be implemented using this quarter. So you can try your concept of quarters in order to get different patterns. I hope you understand this video and enjoyed my class. And if you have any doubt, you can comment below the comment section and ask me. See you in the next class with different pattern quarter. Thank you so much.